so good to see you, everyone. My name is Davide Nicolucci, and I'm very happy to be part of this conference. And today I'm going to talk about how Amazon is shaping the e-commerce landscape in 2021. We will talk about Amazon itself, how this marketplace has become the biggest marketplace in the Western world, how it is pretty much taking over the advertising space, and how it's been evolving since the beginning, and what kind of opportunities it gives to the customers and to the sellers. So what are we going to talk about in detail? This is a short summary. I'll talk a little bit about myself. I'll explain who I am and what I do. Why Amazon in 2021 from a seller's point of view and from a customer's point of view. How the Seller Central is improving. How the Amazon advertising trends are moving and what is going on in 2021 and how the future is looking like. We will talk about the Amazon stores, something about Amazon listings, something about brand registry. We'll talk about this. It's a very important topic. We'll talk about Amazon Live and other related aspects of this kind of selling. We'll talk a little bit about other marketplaces that are following Amazon right now, how they're trying to catch up. And we'll also see how to exit an Amazon business. This is also a very hot topic right now in 2021. Then we'll jump into some conclusions and I will leave you some contact information about myself. So let's talk about who I am very quickly and what I'm doing here. So my name is Davide Nicolucci. I'm originally from Italy and I've been doing digital marketing since 2010. I moved in China in 2014 and I was working as a marketing director for some of the biggest Amazon sellers. At that point, I was living in Shenzhen and working for one of the top sellers on Amazon.com from China, Sun Valley Tech. They own multiple brands on Amazon. They are still some of the biggest sellers on Amazon. After that, I launched Growth Hack Consulting. It's one of the first agencies that helps exclusively Amazon sellers based in Hong Kong. So in 2017, and I have a team of more than 20 people right now. We work 100% remotely from everywhere in the world. We are scattered all over the world. We stay between Asia, China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Australia. We have guys in Europe and United States, and we have clients from all over the world. Among our clients, we have also 8- and 9-figure sellers from China, US, and Europe. And we are officially an Amazon advertising partner. So here, I'm just saying some of our main features or partners or supports. Our company has been featured on Fortune, on Yahoo Finance. I had some cooperation with Wall Street Journal. I've been speaking at Global Sources Summit. It's one of the main summits for Amazon sellers. And I've been featured also at BuzzFeed News, Channel 4 UK Television, Mediaset Italian TV, Seller Session Podcast, and I did some cooperation with Helium 10. It's one of the main tools for Amazon sellers. This is our website, wearegrowthhack.com, and this is also another agency that I'm helping to manage right now. So why Amazon in 2021? This is a graph that is showing you the annual net revenue of Amazon from 2004 until 2020 in billions of US dollar. And you can see here how dramatically it's been growing all over the years. Amazon has just been seeing a huge success, a huge growth just in a few years, especially from this kind of time here from 2014, 2015, where we actually saw the explosion of third-party sellers. Third-party sellers are a very important element for Amazon. A third-party seller is any private seller that wants to sell their brands, their products on Amazon as a reseller or even better as a brand. And we will see that being a brand on Amazon today is very, very important. Let's say some data about Amazon today. So Amazon is now accountable for more than 45% of the e-commerce sales in the US. This is huge. So 45% of what is sold online in the US is actually sold on Amazon right now. The trend is being growing a lot. I remember that just a few years ago, Amazon wasn't even responsible for 40% of that. So the trend is being growing steadily and is positioning Amazon as this very important player in the US and also all across the world. It is important here to say that Amazon is not very active, not actively selling in China right now, even though it was selling before. And it's not even comparable to the numbers that we are seeing in China, in the e-commerce in the Chinese space. But definitely when it comes to the Western marketplace, Amazon is top, is number one. Now there are more than 350 million of products that are listed and sold on Amazon. There are more than 2 million active sellers. It is very important to note that we're talking about active sellers. If we talk about sellers that are listed on Amazon, there are something like 7 millions of sellers, but the active sellers are 2 millions right now. So you can see here that there is a lot of competition here, but there is also a lot of products, and there is a very big choice of products for the customers to actually pick from. And trust is very important for consumers when it comes to why they would buy on Amazon. They actually would prefer 89% of the consumers would prefer buying on Amazon over other platforms. This trust that has been always constant all over the years, that is being confirmed by the fact that Amazon is super customer focused and customer centric, is being backed by the refund policy of Amazon. You can pretty much give back within 30 days any kind of product and get a refund. So this is a very strong selling point and competitive advantage for Amazon. Also about the product quality, that we actually see a constant improvement of what kind of products are allowed or are not allowed on Amazon, and about the reviews. Reviews are very, very important for Amazon. Amazon takes reviews very much into consideration, and this is something that customers always look into when making their purchase decision. We will also see this later when we talk about the listings. Amazon is currently present and operating in 180 countries. That's a lot across the world. And they have 16 main marketplaces. This means where you can actually register your account to sell on Amazon. And the FBA, the very famous FBA or Filled by Amazon system, allows the third-party sellers to actually not to worry about anything, because Amazon will do the delivery for them. Amazon offers now a wide range of branding tools for sellers. So any seller that actually registered their brand on Amazon and there is trademarked will have a lot of protection and a lot of tools for advertising and to protect their intellectual property, and also to do better advertising and have better analytics and better performance information in their selling journey, actually. And Amazon is actually really becoming a multi-channel platform, as we will see later. So this is a quote that many of the seniors working on Amazon have been saying all over the year, from Jeff Bezos to other seniors. Amazon has always been obsessed with their customer satisfaction. This is the top one priority for Amazon. This is probably the most important thing for Amazon right now as a company. And third-party sellers are actually making more money than first-party sellers on Amazon, with an average of $90,000 per year in gross revenue. This means that with all the third-party sellers, the independent sellers that we have right now on Amazon, all of them combined together are making much more than the first-party sellers. They are the sellers that actually sell their products to Amazon and allow Amazon to resell their products on the platform. So independent sellers that either ship their products to the Amazon warehouse and use FBA, or fill the products delivered by themselves, are making a lot more money now than the first-party sellers. This should be encouraging for you, because anyone can be a third-party seller right now. Let's talk about Europe right now. It is very interesting to see that actually, according to marketplacepolls.com, Amazon is still a minor player across most of the European countries. This chart here shows where Amazon, the Amazon app, is in the top 20 apps in which country, and we still see that there is a kind of fair job to do here. So this shows you that in Europe we still have a kind of good opportunity to be explored, and sellers are focusing right now a lot more in the United States, in Canada, and now the new marketplace is Mexico. But Europe is definitely a good marketplace to look into. We have the main marketplaces, the UK and Germany, and then we have the average marketplace such as Spain, Italy, and France. But definitely Europe is in the growing trend right now. So, if you have never sold on Amazon before, I'm going to show you a little bit how the Seller Central, how the actual platform to sell on Amazon looks right now. And I'm going to show you how it has been improving all over the years. So when you log in into your Amazon Seller Central, you have in front of you a lot of tools, a lot of tabs that you can actually use to have a clear vision of how your sales are going, how your performance is going. So you have the catalog, you have your inventory, your orders, advertising, stores, your growth. This is something new that Amazon has been introducing in the most recent years. Actually, Amazon helps you to grow your business, how to have better orders, how to make better reviews, how to give a better experience to the user, because at the end of the day, Amazon is very much customer centric, customer focused. So Amazon wants every seller to provide the best experience, the best product to their consumers. This is a little screenshot of how the inventory looks like. Of course, I've blanked out all the sensitive information about this seller. You have a lot of information about price. You can edit your listing. You know a lot of information about if it's filled by Amazon or filled by yourself. And then you have all the tools that you need to actually improve the performance of your listing here. This is a little screenshot of what a campaign manager looks like. The good thing with campaign manager on Amazon is that it gives you data and information almost in real time. There is still a buffer of 24 to 48 hours, but you can definitely see here how much you spend and how much in sales you're making. And this metric here is very important. It's super famous across the Amazon experts. It's the ACOS. It's called ACOS, Advertising Cost on Sales, and it gives you. It's another way of showing the ROAS, the ROAS, in percentage compared to what you spend and what you're getting. So this is very important. If you're familiar with Amazon, you know already those things. If you're not familiar with Amazon, you will know that the advertising platform is pretty much the most advanced advertising platform when it comes to online selling. In a marketplace, and all the other players are actually trying to catch up, trying to have an advertising platform that is as advanced as Amazon when it comes to selling product in one marketplace. This is a little view of what the actual sales report looks like. It gives you also almost in real time your data about products, sales, sales snapshots, and you can select the dates and everything. So it's super easy and super user friendly. So let's talk a little bit about the Seller Center and why is it so easy to use, and why the other players are actually copying Amazon right now when it comes to Walmart, Etsy, and other online selling platforms. So there's been a constant evolution of this platform since the beginning, adding more and more features and focusing on the value of brands. Actually, Amazon is giving more and more tools and more opportunities to the brands that are actually registered on Amazon, and is giving less to those that are not registered on Amazon. So being brand registered, we will see later, is very, very important. You have detailed reporting for orders, sales, sessions, CPC, clicks, etc. You have your inventory management, your content management. You can actually you can actually manage a lot of creative assets for your content, and this is just improving a lot more. You also have A/B testing on Amazon available. You have your advertising consoles. You can manage your stores. You can manage promotions and coupons. You have review management, performance check, messaging with your customers or with the seller support, and you can access to the seller forums and a lot more. Now let's talk a little bit about the trends of Amazon advertising in this year. We have mainly 4 kinds of advertising right now on Amazon. The first to appear is, of course, sponsored products. There are these advertising, this kind of placement that you see here right on top of your search term results, and you will notice on next to the main image of the ad of the product, a sponsor product, a sponsor text that is telling you that this is actually a sponsored product. So they started with Campaign Manager as a keyword and products targeting in 2012. Then you have sponsored brands. This is only available for brands that are registered on Amazon, where you can use actually placements as banners and videos. You can really get creative here. You have display ads. This is a kind of retargeting where you can actually target your direct competitors, or you can actually protect your own listings, your own web real estate on Amazon by having your ads of similar products or correlated product on your own listing. And then you have the DSP, the demand side platform, that is something newer to the Amazon advertising, and is literally taking over the internet, and it works very well to retarget and to segment customers that have seen your ad or your product on Amazon and didn't buy and are browsing the web looking for some alternatives, and actually you will be able to catch them and to bring them back to Amazon or to sell your products. So the advertising platform and tools of Amazon are actually catching up with Facebook very quickly and Google, because we know that Facebook and Google now are the top players when it comes to digital ad spend on the internet, and is becoming more and more advanced, offering a wider portfolio of creative assets to the advertisers. There is more importance given to the visual content, so we have here more creative assets when it comes to video and to banner ads, to images, to A/B testing, to image selection. And as we will see later, there is also a very important new trend. There is the Amazon Live. Video ads are becoming more dominant. The registered brands will have full access to all the advertising features. So to actually use all the advertising features and all the kind of ads, you need to be brand registered on Amazon. There are actually better analytics tools, reporting and performance data than how it used to be a few years ago. So this platform is constantly evolving. Amazon itself will become a platform where external services can be advertised. So imagine the case that you're performing a search of a car tire on Amazon, and you will see popping up an advertising of a car insurance. This is actually not a very unlikely scenario to happen in the future, because this is actually where Amazon wants to go, offering advertising services also to other kind of players that are not directly selling products on Amazon. And DSP, demand side platform, is gaining more and more importance. In this graph, we can actually see how much the US net digital ad revenue on Amazon has been growing and is prospected to continue growing from 2019 until 2022. Actually, even Amazon, when it comes to the year 2020, didn't expect to grow that much, because we all know that the COVID pandemic gave actually a boost to the e-commerce, and this allowed Amazon to sell a lot more than expected, and of course to try to adapt with the sellers and with the incoming products to all this situation. But the outcome was definitely very positive for Amazon, because they actually made a lot more in sales than they were prospecting to do without this pandemic situation. This screenshot is taken again from Marketplace Pulse, where they will actually telling in the year 2020 in review. There is an article in their website who were the winners and who were the losers, and definitely Amazon is between the winners. Along with Walmart and Etsy, that are actually following the trend of Amazon and putting more and more effort when it comes to online selling and giving space to third-party sellers. Now you can actually set up a store on Walmart and Etsy and start selling your products, so you can actually have a different portfolio of online platform where you can actually sell your products, especially when it comes to the US. And in Europe, I believe the situation will be quite similar very soon. Let's talk about the Amazon stores. So if you take a look at those two screenshots, they are not standalone websites. They are Amazon stores of this brand inside Amazon. When you click on the seller name, you can actually be redirected, if the store is present on the seller's page, to their Amazon store. And this is a very, very interesting thing right now for any kind of seller. You have a lot of opportunities here to actually make your own website inside Amazon that is already getting a lot of visits and a lot of impression. This is the reason why being an Amazon seller right now is probably the best thing you can do when you don't have a strong presence on the internet right now. As a third-party seller, you can benefit of all the views, all the impressions, all the clicks and visits that Amazon gets every day in every country where it operates for free. You just have to list your products. It doesn't cost to have an Amazon store. Of course, it will cost you to operate, to sell your products on Amazon. You will have to pay a fee. But having an Amazon store doesn't cost you anything. So you already have this exposure on Amazon just because you're a brand registered on Amazon and because you're setting up your store. You can have your different tabs. You can have your different product selection. You can put your own image. You can be very interactive and very creative with your users. You can have a very interactive you can give a very interactive experience to your users. This is another example where you have more actual visual importance to the actual product and to the review itself on the store itself. This is how it looks, another store from a interior design and interior furniture on Amazon. Now let's talk about the listings a little bit. This is the typical Amazon listing page. I'm sure everyone here is familiar with this kind of setup of Amazon listings. So we have the main image here with the white background, and then we have all the feature images that are following the main image here. Then we have the title that is very important when it comes to ranking and to give the right information to the user. We have the add to cart here, we have the price information, we have the seller information, we have the variations here, and then we go with the bullet points, and down we will be redirected. We will have a redirection to the number of reviews and ratings that we have. If you scroll down on the listing, this is the view from the desktop actually. You will go until the product description. That is actually, this kind of description is not a regular description, but since a few years actually Amazon has introduced this enhanced brand content. There is a way for the brands and for the sellers to explain a lot more with more creativity about their products and why their product is so good for the users. Now, if we take a look at the very same listing on a mobile, this is what happens. We have the title and the main image that occupies the entire space of your mobile screen. Then we go down, we have the bullet points here. It's always 5 bullet points. Then we have the product description. Then we have the Q&A, and then we have the reviews. This is very important now to understand how the actual behavior of the user works on the mobile. After clicking on a product on the search page or on the advertising, they will be redirected to the listing page on the mobile. And what they will do is they will quickly scroll the images, because it's very easy to scroll. They don't have to tap anything. It's super easy to just scroll your thumb, your finger on your screen. They will take a look at the images. They will not even really read the bullet points. They will go down quickly, not even reading product description. They will go directly on the customer questions and on the reviews. The reviews is probably the most important aspect when it comes to the customer decision to actually have the social proof that actually a product is good, is what you're looking for, is legitimate, that you're not going to waste your money. So after they read the reviews, actually they will step back. They will go back reading the enhanced brand content and then about the bullet points. And if they are satisfied enough, then they will click the add to cart and they will buy this product. So based on this information, it is very important for you as a seller to organize your images here, your title, your content on the bullet point, definitely your content on the A+ content. You have to keep in mind that probably customers are scrolling from the bottom to the top, so they will probably see first your last image, not the first image. Now let's take a look at the Etsy listing. When I told you that all the other marketplaces are kind of catching up with Amazon, they are copying some of the features, they're actually following the trend of Amazon. This is actually what is happening right now. Etsy, this is a listing page on a desktop from Etsy. That is one of the main online platforms right now in the US, and this is one of the listings from Walmart. So we can see a pretty similar structure, at least when it comes to the visual content and to the disposition of the content here and there. Let's talk about the brand registry. Why this is so important for Amazon sellers to have their brand registered. Well, right now Amazon has more than 350,000 brands registered, and they are all important brands to all the minor brands of the third-party sellers. So anyone can actually register a brand. You have to trademark your brand first, and then you can get your brand registered on Amazon. The process itself takes anything between 2 weeks to 2 months. It depends what kind of brand we're talking about. It will offer a wide range of tools to better promote your products and to engage with your consumers. For example, enhanced brand content, you can only have it if you have your brand registered, your store as well, your sponsor brand ads, your video ads, and a lot more. It also offers a wider range of analytics and insights. You can see your customers' behaviors. You can actually see with Amazon attribution where your clicks and purchases are coming from. You can actually see how your competitors are doing, how your similar products are doing, and this offers a lot of information to any kind of sellers who want to track better their performance. And of course, it offers also intellectual property protection against the violations. This is very, very important, because if you have any kind of hijacker or attack to your intellectual property, you need to be brand registered in order to get protection on Amazon and from Amazon. This is something that somebody said when I was interviewing them. Probably in a future not too far, only brands that are registered will be allowed to sell on Amazon. So get ready for that. Now, Amazon Live. This is the newest trend, and to be honest with you, to be entirely fair, here Amazon was not the first to introduce the live selling function. The live selling function actually was already present in China and in Asia for a couple of years. I remember that it was present in China, probably starting from 2016 or 2017, where you had in such platforms as Tmall and Taobao, Jingdong, you had these sellers actually performing the live selling. Something that has been happening also, especially in Southeast Asia. If we're not talking only about live selling on Lazada and similar platform, we have a lot of live selling going on Facebook. What Amazon has been doing is it's been introducing this aggressively and with the right structure in the Western marketplace. Now we have, since the end of the past year of 2020, this Amazon Live, where Amazon actually gets in touch with influencers or with brands themselves and offers them a big exposure in their homepage or in the page of their competitors' listing. So this is a huge opportunity because right now doing an Amazon Live is completely free. You can, if you're an influencer, you can definitely, if you're invited by Amazon, you can use your Amazon Live Creator app and you can just do everything from your phone. Or if you are a seller, also you can try to use the Amazon Live Creator app. And the interesting thing, the very interesting thing is that we know that Amazon owns the Prime Video platform. I'm not sure that it's been integrated yet, but it wouldn't take long to actually broadcast a live selling session on their Prime Video platform. Now, this is a very hot topic right now as well. Since July 2020, when Thrasio became the fastest US company to ever reach the unicorn status, that is 1 billion in valuation, the Amazon FBA acquisition business has boomed. This is a very hot business right now where any seller that is successful on Amazon can have a good exit from their business, selling it to another company or selling it to an aggregator, like Thrasio and all the other companies that are actually following what Thrasio has been doing since 2020. So in 2021, a huge number of new Amazon aggregators, funds, have positioned themselves with funding and deal flow resources, all chasing the business model similar to Thrasio. So what is happening here? We have a lot of institutional money jumping into this business of actually acquiring and merging Amazon FBA businesses that are doing very well, that are successful, because what they can do is they can just multiply the value of this business and grow it even more. So if we said that actually the average Amazon sellers makes $90,000 per year as gross revenue on Amazon, you can imagine how much the 1% is making on Amazon. It's making several millions every year. We're talking about tens or hundreds of millions per year. So the business opportunity here is really huge, and a lot of private equities and institutional money funds are jumping in and are just acquiring Amazon business. So right now we have much higher requirements. We have a more structured way of acquiring these businesses with kind of requirements on the brand that is being actually acquired, the kind of category, the kind of business model, etc. And there is a lot higher exits right now. If you would like to sell your Amazon business, if a seller wants to sell their Amazon business and they're doing very well, until the last year they could sell it to up to 2.5 of the annual profit, and now it is possible to sell it up to 3 times or even 4 times the annual profit. So this is a huge opportunity for the Amazon sellers right now, and many of the sellers, what they do is actually they start a business, they develop until a certain point that is considered very successful, and then they exit this business, they take the money and then they build another business, and the story goes on and on. This is a little information about the main players right now in this industry of merging and acquisition, of Amazon FBA business, of Amazon FBA aggregators, and in total have been raised something like 2.5 billion US dollar in total. So Thrasio is the number one, then the European-based Berlin Brands Group is the number 2, and then we have here a list of other groups. This is not the full list yet. This is some of the groups and companies that have disclosed how much they've been investing, and there is a lot more companies that didn't disclose yet how much they have invested on Amazon. So I would say this is quite interesting, right? Let's jump into some conclusions. So just to wrap it up and see what's going on with Amazon right now. Amazon keeps being the undiscussed leader in the Western e-commerce, even more than Shopify, than eBay, than Google Shopping, than Walmart and Etsy. It's the number one shopping, online shopping player when it comes to the Western world. We're not comparing it to the Chinese online platforms yet, because the numbers are much higher over there. Amazon is taking advantage of all the other players and environment around itself. We can see how they actually managed to have a lot of external traffic from apps or other social media or other websites such as Google, Facebook, TikTok. TikTok right now is a very great platform to sell your products on Amazon. Being so much customer centric has paid back definitely in the long term for Amazon, because they always offer this kind of protection. If a product is not good, the customer can just send it back and get a refund within 30 days. The reviews really are a lot valuable for Amazon. Amazon is doing always since the beginning, and especially since October 2016, where they changed the policy for reviews, is doing their best to provide real reviews, verified reviews, unbiased reviews coming from real sellers, real buyers. The Amazon ad revenue keeps growing and is aiming to catch up with the biggest players in the internet, such as Google and Facebook. Amazon is expanding their advertising tool and platform, is giving a lot more opportunities, a lot more creative assets, a lot more insights and analytics for the sellers to actually spend more money and to actually give a better experience to the final users. And Amazon is once again the first choice when it comes to online marketplace, both for sellers and for customers. And this is something that I can tell you for sure. If you want to sell your products online, you only have two options right now, mostly. You either set up your own e-commerce store, and if you have a good brand, that's definitely the way to go. But if you're a new brand, you want to be a third-party seller, and you don't want someone else to sell your products because you're very good already online, you have already your e-commerce store. If you don't want anyone to sell your products on Amazon, you better be on Amazon. So you better be taking advantage of what Amazon is actually giving right now in terms of exposure, branding, tools, advertising, etc. So this was everything on my side. If you want to get in touch with me, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email or to add me on LinkedIn. This is my personal profile. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I hope I gave you a lot of information, and feel free to get in touch with me. All right, cheers. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, welcome to my session. My name is Adetu Jadelakun. In this session, we'll be discussing omni-channel retail solutions and strategies. And I hope after this session, you will learn a few things about how you can improve your customer experience and also accelerate your business growth. Let's get started. So for the table of content, we'll talk about introduction. We'll define what omni-channel retail is. Then why should you care? And number 4, we'll talk in depth about omni-channel retail solutions and strategies, and then what are the benefits, and lastly, we'll talk about the conclusion. For the introduction, briefly about myself, my name is Adetu Jadelakun. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Skytrax Technologies, a Canada-based retail technology company. I've been a software engineer with over 11 years of experience in the retail, e-commerce, and financial sector. And I have also had a vast experience in implementation of omnichannel retail solutions for different brands. So we'll start by discussing what is omnichannel retail. Omnichannel retailing, it's a fully integrated approach to commerce, providing shoppers a unified experience across all channels or touch points. When we talk about channel or touch points, we're referring to different channels by which your customers can reach out to you and transact business with you, in terms of in-store, which is physical, web, mobile, social media, or any other ways, any other channel you're providing for your customers to interact with your business. That is what we refer to as touch points. And also, I would like to first clear the differences between omnichannel and multi-channel retail, because these are times that people get confused about most of the time. And for multi-channel retail, it's you are providing your shoppers, your customers, different kinds of channels to interact with your business, just like in-store, web, mobile, or social media. But all these channels are not fully integrated, so they are not interconnected to each other. But in terms of omnichannel retail, everything is connected to each other. So there is a seamless integration between among all these platforms. So between your online and offline channels. There is a seamless integration, and every other channel, maybe self-service, whatever channel you're providing for your customers to transact with you, it's seamlessly integrated. Yeah, so why should you care? According to Harvard Business Review in 2017, they did a survey of about 46,000 consumers, and they came up with this statement finally that customers only know what they have experienced. They cannot imagine what they don't know about emerging technologies, new materials, and the likes. And from this survey, they figured out that about 7% of consumers shop exclusively online. If you look at this chart here, you see that. And about 20% of consumers shop exclusively in store, which means they go to store only. And about 73% prefer to move across several channels, meaning customers are looking and consumers, they are looking for ways to shop across different channels seamlessly and having the same customer experience. So if you're already not, if you have not adopted omni-channel retail in your business right now, then you are probably missing out sales. And chances are there that your customers might not be happy with your brand. They might not be happy with the experience you are getting from you, because customers want good experience and they like to move from different devices, move across different sales channels, start a transaction online, finalize it in store, explore social media, different kinds of avenue they are looking at transacting your business with you. So when we talk about omni-channel retail solutions and strategies, so here we'll talk about few strategies that you can use to adopt to implement omni-channel retail solutions. Number one, you need to determine where your customers are. Who are your customers? And where are they located? You need to know, are my customers based in store? Are they based on social media? Do I get a lot of traffic from my mobile application or from my e-commerce website? You need to figure out these things first. That is the first thing. That's the first strategy. You need to first know the channels that which your customers are using to approach you and are transacting business with you. The second thing is you need to make every touch point shoppable. So when we talk about touch points, as I've explained before, these are all the channels that you're providing for your customers to interact with you, whether web, whether mobile, whether e-commerce, whether anything, any channel, self-service. You need to ensure that your customers are able to transact with you. You should not miss out any sale. Whenever a potential customer comes in contact with your brand, they should be able to convert that into sale. You should be able to convert that into sale. They should be able to transact with you. So that is the second thing. Then the third thing is you need to create a smooth transition between your online and offline channels. So you should provide a great platform for your customers to be able to move across different channels from your online to offline, meaning if they start a transaction online, they should be able to finalize it offline. So for example, if a customer initiated a transaction online, they should be able to probably come and finalize their transaction in store and vice versa, because customers prefer such thing. They could have probably difficulties in finalizing the transaction online. They should be able to come in store and not have any difficulties or starting that transaction again. Everything should just be seamless. And then the last thing here is you need to find a way to centralize your business data, which is something that you really need to look into. So when you have scattered data, separated data, you have different data on your CRM, you have another one on your inventory, you have another one for the POS. I mean, all these things affect your business and affect your strategies, because you won't be able to make good business decisions. So, and you won't really be able to implement a successful omni-channel solution. So you need to first look at how you can centralize your data. Yeah, so here we'll be discussing about different kinds of solutions that you can adopt for omni-channel retail. And The first thing here is integration of your online and offline channels. So you need to first figure out how can you integrate your online, your offline channels, and then make sure everything works seamlessly and is integrated fully, completely. So whether I'm shopping in store, I'm shopping in any of your locations offline, your system should be able to identify me. I should be able to move freely if I've been shopping in with your brand in a particular city. If I move to another location, I should be able to shop, and your system should still be able to recognize me. These are kind of good customer experience that consumers are craving for in this modern day. The second thing is social media integration. So we need to look into social media integration. Is the solution you are going for, is it helping you to integrate your social media handles, whether Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? Is it helping you to promote your business? And you need to look at this because a whole lot of things are happening right now on social media. So you need to look seriously into social media integration. Your system should, any solution you want to adopt should support you in implementing this kind of solution. And then the third thing here is personalized and targeted promotions. You need to go for a solution that helps you send personalized and targeted promotions to your clients, to your customers, in terms of customizing their promotions, sending them targeted adverts based on their previous shopping experience, shopping habits with your brand. Maybe it's somebody that usually purchases a particular designer from your store, and whenever you have that kind of designer shirt or whatever in your store, you should be able to send them that kind of targeted promotion. These are the strategies that you can use to convert all these promotions into sales. And the fourth thing here is customer loyalty programs. This is very, very critical right now. You should be looking at creating great customer loyalty programs because it helps you to acquire and retain existing clients, existing customers, because most of these customers, they usually appreciate when they get some kind of incentives, and there's this kind of a feeling of being a loyalty customer when you've been shopping with a particular brand for some time, and then you get some kind of discounts and some incentives whenever you go back there. I mean, it's a great feeling for all consumers to have this kind of loyalty experience. So I think it's a very great one. You need to look critically into this, especially in this time of COVID-19 pandemic. It's very, very advisable at this point in time because it makes your customer to be loyal and then also to acquire new ones. So the next thing is buying online, pick up in store. You should look for a system that helps your customer to probably start a transaction online because and finalize it in the store. Because right now with the COVID-19 pandemic, we are seeing a lot of consumers scared to go in store for shopping, and then the panic is there, the fear is there. So they prefer to do their purchase online and then go into the store for just pick up. They don't want to waste more time sometimes in the store or walking around up and down. So you should look for a system that supports this. This is something that is really, really on the rise right now. A lot of consumers are looking to take up this opportunity of buying online and pick up in store. And then the next one is customer survey. So these are kind of post purchase solutions. So you should look for a solution that supports this also, that helps you to grab customer surveys after their purchase. It's good to get a feedback from your customers. How was their experience and how do they feel about your brand? Do they feel good? Do they have suggestions for improvement? These are the kind of solution you should look into, and this helps you to position yourself better for better sales. And then the last one here is online reviews. Online reviews is very critical right now. We see a lot of consumers going online to look for reviews, especially if is their first time to interact with your brand. They want to see what kind of experience past people have had with your brand, and and also if it's a new product, they want to know what is the experience of people who have purchased the products in the past, and they want to figure out if the product is good or not. So online reviews are very, very, very critical right now. So I hope you look into These are the few of the solutions you can look if you want to adopt omni-channel solution. So now, what are the benefits? So talking about the benefits, if you implement omni-channel retail solution very well and it's working fine for you, you should expect to see, number one, increased sales. Your sales should increase because you are opening up more channels for people to patronize you and interact with your business. So you should definitely see an increment in your sales. And number two, you should experience increased customer acquisition and retention. So as I've mentioned, for example, in the case of customer loyalty program, it helps you acquire and retain more club customers easily. And the next thing is better customer experience, which is very, very great. So when customers feel great about your brand, they spread it with even just word of mouth. They talk to their colleagues, to their families, to their friends, and this ultimately results into increased sales and good reputation for your brand. The next thing is enhanced productivity. So when you implement a good omni-channel retail solution, you should expect great and enhanced productivity, even with your employees, because there will be no issue of managing multiple inventories, issue of tracking stocks on different kind of system, issue of managing multiple POS system or CRM. Everything is going to be synchronized and integrated and be working well for you. So you will definitely notice an increased productivity. And finally, you should see an increased business decision. You should be able to make an informed business decision. So, of course, your business decision is going to be way better, way much better, because you are not just making an assumption. You'll be making great business decision because your decisions are going to be based on facts, on data. So you are not just going to be making a decision based on assumption. So for conclusion, I will say the time is now. So this is the right time to build a new customer experience to stay competitive. It's a competitive market right now, especially with the challenges retail is passing through due to COVID-19 pandemic. So you need to build a great and very good customer experience to stay competitive. Number two, you need to adopt, when you adopt omni-channel retail, it helps your business grow faster and also increase your customer retention. So when you adopt omni-channel retail, you should definitely see, you should definitely have your business should grow faster than expected, and also it should increase your customer retention. You should notice the rate at which you are retaining customer increases, and also the rate at which you acquire customers also increases and much simpler. And then finally, when you invest in the right omni-channel solution, you are building a new and a great customer experience. So as I've mentioned, if you have a great customer experience, you should implement a good omni-channel retail solution. You should have a great customer experience, which is very, very vital and key for your business right now. So thanks for your time, and this concludes the end of the session. If you have any questions or suggestions, I will be really happy to connect. You can see my contact information on your screen, and I will also love to connect with you. If you have any challenges regarding e-commerce and omni-channel solution, please reach out to me and feel free to connect. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope you have a great day.
Simone here from Zero Gray. Let's talk today about cross-border e-commerce. So how to internationalize an e-shop. Every brand, every e-commerce manager, every e-shop has to be global today, has to go global, has to be international, has to reach different markets. But this is becoming more and more difficult as every nation and every state has its own rules and his own compliance, fiscal and legal compliance. So this is becoming more and more difficult. Who we are, I have a video here, but let's talk about it. You can check out our video of Zero Gray on YouTube. And you can find ourselves on the social media channels. We have a website, zerogray.com, but also you can find us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course on YouTube. We were born in year 2000, so we have 20 years of experience in the e-commerce industry, quite a long time. We started as full service providers, then we changed our structure because the market changed. So in the beginning, not many brands had internal competencies and skills to do internally some actions on the e-commerce channel. But now more and more the brands have his own team internally. So we try to adapt our services and our consultancy to each single brand, and we tailor-made our proposal for the brand. So we have four main areas of interaction with our brands. One is the technology implementation. We use Kumo, which is an enterprise solution for the e-commerce. Then we have the operations, of course, wherever needed. By operations, I mean the store management of the website, but also logistics and customer care, for example, with a multilingual service and an international network. Then we have the growth hacking, so the digital marketing connected with the brand's marketing and communication. And then we have what we call today Go Global, our merchant of record solution. So to make sure that the eShop can sell online globally without any risk, without any possible problem. What's the e-commerce today? Really quick on this. We can read, we can see a lot on the internet, on the books every day. We are experiencing a boom of interaction with the online retail, in part because it was growing already, in part because of the COVID-19. So after COVID-19 situation, a lot more people were engaged by online, the online channels. So more and more people are becoming online customers. Then we have cross-border e-commerce. So we have a lot of cross-border sales today. So a lot of the products and the services we buy them from another country. And this is becoming more and more true. And we have some specific countries that are becoming very large markets. One is China. The two mature markets are US and Europe, but we have more and more markets to be considered because the volume of transactions are increasing day by day, particularly in the developing countries. And we have more and more payment methods. We have more and more habits. We have more and more different people on the market. So the market is becoming more and more complex. So more nations, more people, more segments, everything is becoming more complex. What do we do at Uvit? We issued our service Go Global. We gave a name to our experience, 20 year experience and competence in the cross-border solutions in the merchant of record. And what do we do? Basically, we help the brands to be compliant, to be safe internationally, in the way that they can concentrate their energies on the brand and on growing sales. We have a lot of clients. These are some of them. So we have particularly in the fashion market, but we also have, of course, some food and winery and retail and wherever. We have books. We have clients everywhere. So anything can be marketed on this planet, and we help in doing it. What are the steps then to internationalize an e-commerce? I want to go specific. I want to go concrete. So we say it is complex. Why it is complex? First of all, we have to manage VAT positions. In Europe, they are called VAT, so value-added tax. Every country has its own VAT position to be managed. If you sell more than a specific threshold, that can be in some countries about 35K a year, so not a big amount of money, but still you have to manage a VAT position. In the US, you have to manage sales taxes in the same concept, let's say. So every country and every state within the same country has its own rules, fiscal rules to be managed. Then you have to have global and local payment methods. What I mean by this, you have to have Visa and MasterCard, for example, but if you sell in the Netherlands, you have to have Ideal, in Germany, Klarna, and in China, WeChat Pay, Alipay, for example. So every single country, even like in Europe, every single country has its own preferred payment methods other than Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Amazon Pay, etc. So you end up, if you want to be, this is not compliance, but this is effectiveness. If you want to be effective on the markets, you end up having 15 to 20 payment methods at least. So this adds complexity and costs to your business. Then you have to comply with the regulations of each country. Europe is a case of GDPR, PSD2, geo-blocking, and a lot of regulations that are coming year by year. But every country has its own specific regulation. Like Sweden recently issued a new regulation about the payments. So you have to show first the debit cards, for example, and then credit cards and financing. So every country has its own compliance to be pursued. And then you have to manage all this. So you have to have people or processes and competencies to manage payments, refunds, administrative problems. So you have to not only know about the compliance, but also follow it. You don't have only to install payment methods on your e-commerce, but then you have to manage them. You have to manage refunds in the right way. We have a regulation in Europe, which is different from the US. Even within Europe, Germany is different from Italy, for example. So you have to manage all this. You have to have a team competencies to manage all this. And then you have to protect yourself against frauds and risks. So your team should be also trained and experienced in managing the possible frauds you might have. So you can ask for an insurance, but has a cost, usually between 1% and 5%, depending on the market, on the industry, on the brand itself, and it's a huge cost. So you prefer to have experienced people to prevent yourself from this risk. You can do it through the payment provider in part, but then you have to have your own team to do it. So to summarize it, what are the problems that companies face when they go global? So we talked about different things. So first of all, you have to have VAT positions and sales tax positions. So let's make the example of European countries. So they want to control this, and you end up having 10, 12, 15 VAT positions with a different fiscal consultant, with a different percentage to charge to the customers. Some of them are paid are declared and paid monthly, some of them every 3 months or 6 or yearly. So any country has its own rules, and you have to follow them. Then you have different bureaucratic tasks in the different countries, of course, with different languages. Procedures are different for every country. So In some cases, you have, as I said, monthly declaration or every quarter declaration. So procedures are different and languages are different. You end up paying a consultant to do that because you don't have a team managing all this. So this can cost you money, and also for every single partner you have to manage it. So you need a team anyway. And you can get fined if this doesn't work. So it's not only time and cost consuming, but it also risk for your business. This is related to the brand reputation, but countries can block your operations if the fiscal and legal compliance is not correct. So what do we do out of it? So we help companies in having a clear procedure, a clear structure. So we act as a shield against all this complexity. So if you do it internally, what do you have to have is, let's say for every single country, you have to have 3 payment methods. They can be, of course, in common for some countries, but you need to have different payment methods. You need to manage a payment gateway or many payment gateways. You need to have a tax consultant for every countries. You need to pay special taxes for every country. For example, Austria and Germany have their environmental tax for the e-commerce. You have to have a fraud insurance or a team to manage frauds. You have to have a team managing also the daily or the management with administrative and management of refunds and chargebacks and addresses and everything. And you need to also be compliant on a legal term. So you need a legal consultant, possibly specialized in cross-border legal e-commerce. So you need to be compliant globally. So this means a lot of people, a lot of consultants, a lot of time, a lot of costs, and also a lot of risks if you don't manage it in a proper way. So what do we do to help companies is being a unique partner. So we take care of all this. We are a shield against problem, costs, and risk. The brand raises an invoice, a B2B invoice every month, and we take care of multiple B2C invoices across the globe. So our added value is simplicity for the brand, speed of connecting a new market, reduction of risks, and economy of scale. So we reduce costs because we can manage a bigger economy of scale of the single brand. So again, simplicity, save time, money, and effort for your team, increase your revenue because you are more effective with the payment methods, with all the order management, and because you can focus on it. So you don't have to put 4 or 5 people and consultants managing all the legal and fiscal problems. You can increase your revenue. You can concentrate on your brand and on marketing your brand. And also we reduce risk. So you don't risk to be frauded. You don't risk to be fined. You don't risk to be blocked by countries because you are not compliant with something that comes up. Many success stories among our brands. One is MotoGP. Of course, it's a world known brand, and we deliver and sell in more than 100 countries. So we help this global brand to be also global on the e-commerce project. So we help them with the fraud prevention. the growth and with achieving all the results with their international market. How does it work? Go global. So very, very simple. The buyer buys the product by ourselves, by Go Global. So we take care of all the financial and fiscal and administrative and legal actions to be done for every B2C invoice across the globe. And the brand, the seller, the real seller of the real marketer of the products only issue a single monthly B2B invoice. So you don't have to think about all this complexity we just talked about. You have to focus on your product, on your brand, and on your core business. We take care of the rest. We can be, active on many platforms. We use Kumo as preferred platform, but we can integrate with any platform on the e-commerce. So we have our own softwares to calculate the taxes and to manage the declarations and to detect issues on the payments. We have our own softwares that can be integrated or that are integrated with any e-commerce platform. So we can be a solution for everyone. And we can activate many payment methods. There are about 11 here, but we can, as I said, we have more than 15 or 20. So we can activate many payment methods through our payment gateway partners, but also we have direct agreements and contracts with specific payment methods for the specific countries. So this is very, very short and straight to the point, I hope, presentation. I hope you find it interesting. It's something we don't usually think about, but it's something really important because if you're not compliant legally and fiscally, you cannot sell. So when we talk about e-commerce, we think about the operations, the marketing, but this is a very important part to be considered. And we are here to help companies in concentrating on the nice things, on the marketing, on the brand, on the product, while we take care of the legal and fiscal operations. Thanks for watching the video, and you can reach us out in our channels. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Milena Ramcheva and I'm Executive Director of Metrica, company specialized in logistics and customer services, part of Mediapost Hitmail Group, which is in the family of La Poste, the French post operator. Today, I will talk about the fulfillment services, which is the operational side of online business, or how this service can support the e-commerce growth. Each online business has two sides. One is the marketing side and the other side is the execution. Until the marketing side, there are products, online platforms, digital marketing that could provide the sales and get orders, SEO optimization, promotional plan. There is an execution side that should perform all the ideas that comes from the marketing side. Here in the execution, we have customer service, warehouse where we store our products, IT systems for the executions, which are very important as we have to provide a speed in the order processing and sending them to the clients, and very good internal organizations, which means that we have to meet some standards to fulfill orders in timely manner and to be very accurate in servicing our clients. Staff management, which is very crucial nowadays, especially in the logistics and customer service. We should have trained, well-educated people in our warehouses, and in the same time we should be very stable on this, and also couriers that should deliver on time all the orders. When we talk about the fulfillment, there are two options that this could happen. One of them is to build in-house department and to manage everything by ourselves, and the other option is to use a fulfillment center that could provide all the services for us with the manner like this outsourced service should be built in the whole business model that the e-commerce already did. Advantages of working with fulfillment center are just several. First of all, it's giving a cost optimization because you're using a shared space in the warehouse, you use the shared people management. Also, risk minimization. This means in case someone leaves from the personnel, we can use another one person that could continue process orders. Manage seasonal peaks. This means that when there are no enough orders, the fulfillment center will charge you just only for the process orders this month, not giving fixed costs, which you would have in case you're doing the fulfillment and logistics in-house. Also, in case there are peaks like in Black Friday and Christmas seasons, these peaks will be covered with additional human resources that will be hired by the fulfillment center. And the last one, but not at least one, which is very important for the online store and for the business, is that you will have more time for selection of products and do marketing and sale of them. The process in the fulfillment center is very simple. They can receive stock directly from your suppliers and sort and store the goods until they be in order. Then in the fulfillment centers, orders could come from different channels. They could come either from directly of online store of your company, or in case of the third party or online stores, either from a marketplace, or in case you're a wholesaler, you can sell to the retail. All the orders are pick and packed and given to the couriers. After dispatching to the couriers, they take the orders and deliver to the end customers. And then in case of a cash on delivery, the courier will transfer the money directly to your bank account. During all this time, it's very important to provide a full customer service, providing different channel of communications, open the all possibility to your customers. Before you decide which option is better for you, to make an in-house logistics and fulfillment services or outsource it to a fulfillment center, there are 4 key questions to ask yourself. Do I have the necessary experience and resources? Do I have time for these activities? Do I need to do it? Is there a risk? After you answer these 4 questions, which are very simple, but need to think on them very carefully, then you will take the right decision for your business model. How determine which option is appropriate? There are some additional factors that you have to consider when you take decisions to outsource or not. First of all, is to calculate the costs for the process of orders. First of all, if you already have a business, you should calculate how much this costs you at this moment to can compare the cost from the offer of fulfillment center. When you calculate your cost, you have to include storage costs, including electricity, heating, all costs that are consumables, labor costs, including time spent on your own, which is very important because in most of the time when you calculate it, our costs, we exclude the time we spent on most of the tasks. Cost of materials for packing, printing, any consumables that you use for the order processing. Then you're ready to compare your costs from the offer you get from the fulfillment center. And in the end, there is a last step to evaluate the options that we have. And there are three more factors that could give you a clear perspective to outsource or not. Is the fulfillment center suitable for your business? How much you save if you outsource, or what are the additional benefits you will get if you outsource to the fulfillment center? I will give you some case studies that could give you some impression from our clients when they decided to outsource to fulfillment center and what this gave to them. First one is a client that is called Global Ltd with a trademark teacher STEM and Kinder Plus that offers on the Bulgarian market kids products and materials for the school in nature styles, STEM didactic materials. What they said, actually their story is interesting, and I will tell you just in short. They started about 15 years ago as a publishing house. They desired to make creative educational products. Over time, it turned out that the main thing that they do is store product, accept shipments, pack cartons, process documents, invoices, protocols, and etc. And actually, the warehousing and logistics became greater a part of their work, and their shipments started delaying to be delivered to their customers, and there were a lot of round-the-clock working during the peak trading season. And at the end, actually, the publishing the publishing work that was their dream ceased due to the lack of personal time and energy for it. What they decided one day, this is exactly the words of the owner of the company. He said, this was a natural development. Most of our suppliers in Western Europe use the services of fulfillment companies, and I wonder when they would appear in Bulgaria. I decided on it, did some searches, and settled on Metrica. So I'm using now with them warehousing, good servicing directly, good receiving directly from my vendors, orders processing and dispatch to courier companies, and as well they provide to me info line for the incoming calls and telemarketing campaign for lead generation. What happened at the end and what was actually the results after 2 years working together? He said, it's hard for me to share the benefits in numbers, but I will just say that we have time for marketing, development of new products, and the most important is that we have no delays in orders delivery. Another one client that shares the experience with the fulfillment center is a manufacturer and trader of coffee. What they needed, they needed to start an online store that needs to be maintained, promoted, and of course serviced. So the decision that Metrica provided to them was to build an online store, support administration, provided digital servicing through our partners, and we manage the order fulfillment through our systems for the fulfillment that is integrated directly to the online platform, and of course we provided the courier service through our courier partners. Another one interesting story is comes from a non-governmental organization. They have an online platform which is very similar to online store, but they put some products, some goods that they're giving as a Thanksgiving items to their donors that donate for their causes. What we provided to them was a space for storage of their goods. We provided also customer support on info line and emails to answer to many people asking how they can donate for the WWF causes and how they help for the nature to be recovered. What we did for them, we managed the order fulfillment through the integration with their online platform and provided also customer courier services through our courier partners. At the end, I will give you some tips for the very soon upcoming Black Friday. These are some logistics tips. First of all is get ready on time. On time means that we have to start preparing for Black Friday since August. Now it's just on time to be ready. It's very important to know who will deliver your goods, to have a plan B, to have goods in case you get much more orders compared to what you already forecasted. Prepare who will make all these orders that we will come during this peak season. If you're going to if you decide now to outsource, it's exactly the time that you have to go and manage the contract with the fulfillment center to be prepared for the big day. This means to have an integration, to go through the whole process and set everything. Also prepare your customers for the big day. This means that you have to explain to your customers that you will make a Black Friday promotion, and during this day they can expect to have some promotional prices. But for the lower prices, they have to wait a bit more for their orders. Maybe 2-3 days more they have to wait compared to the usual orders that you send to them. And it's important that all promotions, you have them in your promotional plan, and no surprises won't come in the last moment. This means that you put your Black Friday and Christmas promotions in your promotional plan to be prepared and prepare your customers. It's very interesting what happens actually during the Black Friday and Christmas days. Actually, for you it's very important to have such happy faces like on the picture above, but in the same time in the logistics centers, the pictures like in the picture below. Something that I would like to tell you not to forget is perfect logistics means good execution of the orders. Good executions bring you happy clients. Happy clients make loyalty clients. Loyalty clients will bring you more sales and less returns, of course. And at the end, I will tell you about Metrica in shortly. Actually, we are a company that has been accumulating experience since 2003. We've been offering a number of innovative services on the Bulgarian marketing, like we started with telemarketing, call center services, building marketing database, and etc. And we're becoming one of the pioneers in direct marketing on the Bulgarian market. We also are one of the co-founders of the Bulgarian Association for Direct Marketing. In 2008, we added the logistics and fulfillment services for the catalog business as a natural extension of our business after the telemarketing call center services. 2011, we added also digital and personalized printing services as continue the natural extension of our business services to personalize the letters for the direct mail campaigns that we organized during this time. In 2016, we started doing the fulfillment services of online stores and implementing as more and more automated systems to connect online stores with the fulfillment system and to integrate also all the couriers that are on the Bulgarian market. At the end of 2015, this was one of the key milestones for Metrica, as it was acquired a majority stake in Metrica by La Poste, the French state-owned postal operator. This is the they choose Metrica as a company because of its portfolio of marketing and logistics solutions, as well for the management of database that is unique for Bulgaria. So, as a conclusion, I would say that the fulfillment is one very important part from the business model that should have enough attention, that you have to put enough attention on it, and keep in mind that when you outsource this service, this could free some money for investment in the marketing, and outsourcing this service could help the e-commerce growth. Thank you for your time, and if you have any questions, you always can contact me on my phone and email. Thank you.
Hi everybody, good day to all of you and happy to be here to meet you with this pre-recorded session. I hope all of you are staying safe in this pandemic situation and continue to stay safe, and let's all be socially responsible. Alright, so a bit about myself. So my name is Ibel. I'm based in Singapore. I have overall like 10 plus years of experience in e-commerce from the scratch overall. Currently I'm working in SP e-commerce, a leading e-commerce enabler organization in Singapore, and I'm taking care of the project management division within the company, and I lead the project management within SP e-commerce. So that's about myself. Alright, so today I will try and use this forum to help explain about e-commerce platforms, especially the SaaS e-commerce platforms. So I'll talk about three things overall. So I'll talk about what is SaaS e-commerce, and then I'll talk about the leading SaaS e-commerce platforms that we have currently, and of course when we are talking about the different platforms, the pros and cons of all these different platforms and so on and so forth. So alright, so I believe pretty much all of us know what is e-commerce. So e-commerce is nothing but electronic commerce where all the transactions happen over the internet. So the businesses use the businesses sell their products online using internet and get paid for it. So that's electronic commerce or e-commerce. And what is SaaS? SaaS stands for software as a service. So it's conducting business and conveying your service over the internet using software or using an application which is secure. So that's software as a service. Alright, so SaaS e-commerce. So SaaS e-commerce, you can consider that as one of a convenient way of an e-commerce platform that is available now, and which majority of the businesses uses to sell their products in an protected application over the internet and conveying their services or selling their products to the end customers and grow their business over that. So why SaaS platforms or SaaS e-commerce platforms, right? SaaS e-commerce platform is very sophisticated. So meaning you just need to buy the application, and then it has sophisticated modules. You can say like content management system, order management system, and some of the SaaS platforms comes with even like warehouse management system. So all these are part of the SaaS e-commerce platform. So you can start your business in a matter of like few days, or sometimes even if you have a bit of e-commerce knowledge and background, then you can start it in a matter of hours. So that's why majority of the businesses goes with e-commerce platforms based on SaaS. And one more advantage of using SaaS platform is you doesn't need to have the expertise of any software or background about that application per se, because ideally speaking, when you are working on a SaaS e-commerce platform, you don't install any software. You need not know about that software. That's fine, because it's an application in itself. And number two, these SaaS-based platforms, they have dedicated technical support and dedicated like customer support. So if you have some clarifications about the product, you can always reach out, and they will be happy to clarify for you on that. So you just and here is the other part about it, right? Like you can even like opt for a monthly subscription. There are SaaS platforms which are monthly subscription based, so you just pay for the month, and then you get to try about that particular SaaS e-commerce platform. So that's the good things of why businesses go for SaaS based platforms, right? And so that covers a bit about the first topic that I was speaking about. So now let's move on to the second topic, which is like the leading SaaS platforms. And I'm categorizing these platforms based on my experience and based on the Asian markets and the businesses I've worked with. So I could be wrong. So just sharing my professional experience over here, right? So the one of the most common SaaS platform that majority of the business prefer is Magento, and which recently is acquired by Adobe, right? So Magento is a very common go-to platform, SaaS platform for majority of the the top brands, you can say. And why they prefer Magento is Magento has two different versions, or you can say you can opt for two different choices. One is the community version, and the other one is the enterprise version. So what's about the Magento community version? Both are SaaS based, but the Magento community allows you to even run it in your inbuilt or own infrastructure. But since we are talking about SaaS, I will only focus on that part. There is a pool of community developers. So if you go with that version, even if you don't have the in-house expertise of someone to write the code for you, someone to maintain the system for you, you can post your questions there, and they will be able to help you with that. So that's about Magento community. And you have Magento enterprise version, where it comes with a license fee, and it's going to be a bit costly compared to the Magento community, but it has a lot of leverage compared to Magento community, the enterprise version. So altogether, considering these two different options, majority of the brands go for Magento. So this is about the licensing part, or the starting part of it, right? So what happens once you start? Or what makes the brand to choose this application for them to get started? Why Magento, right? So Magento, I'll talk about the content management system in Magento. So the content management and system in Magento offers a lot of leverage or flexibility for the business to play around with. So they comes with drag and drop functionalities, where you can just drag your products, sort your products, and you can do customized category mappings. You can do that, and the content management systems comes with a decent search engine optimization or SEO tools inbuilt. So you can set up your SEOs to rate your products, to rank your products in the Google searches. So you can do that in Magento. And recently Magento has come up with page builders, where you can design your static pages or define your marketing pages by it's again a drag and drop functionality, where you can drag certain elements. Like if you want a banner, you can put a banner, and then you can add your hyperlinks. If you want a GIF image, or if you want to play a video in between the static page or the marketing page, you can do that. And it allows you to write customized HTMLs as well. So these kind of contents, or the content management system, gives the flexibility for the businesses to customize, modify it, and accommodate to their needs. And majority of the brands that chooses or that prefers Magento, in my experience, or brands which have very good which are established very good retail presence globally, because their customer base is established, and they have a reputed brand value for them, and they wanted to try and get into the digital or the technology environment, and reach to the end customers who are techno freaks, techno savvy, things like that. So that's about Magento. And Magento has a simplified order management system, but it does not have a sophisticated order management system per se. So if you are planning to set up omni-channel capabilities, then you might need a third-party order management system. But if you are smart enough to segregate your inventories, and if your inventories sit in particular location in one warehouse, then I think Magento can manage that, and you can use that Magento itself as an order management system. And Magento does not provide any warehousing, or warehouse management system as part of their product. So you'll not be able to see like options or functionalities that you want to do in your warehouse or your warehouse management system. For example, you can't print your shipping labels from inside Magento, or you cannot upload your tracking number directly in Magento. So those features, you need to customize Magento, or you need to integrate with your third-party platforms. So that's pretty much a bit about Magento. And Magento recently has acquired by Adobe, right? They have gone to the next level, so they are now trying out things like cloud computing, merging Adobe's capabilities into Magento, and Adobe Analytics is now comes like it can be easily integrated with Magento. So if you start up your business or set up your business in Magento as a platform, you can use or you can leverage on Adobe Analytics. You can quickly integrate that without having to do like customized or complex integration with Adobe Analytics. So that's one good thing about Magento as well. Two, another platform that I can talk about from my experience is BigCommerce. BigCommerce is an low budget tool, I would say, relatively compared to Magento. It's much cheaper compared to Magento, and it allows monthly subscription. So without having to buy an annual license, unlike in the Magento case, you can go for a monthly subscription with BigCommerce. And BigCommerce has a sophisticated CMS and sophisticated OMS and sophisticated WMS inside it. So pretty much the CMS capabilities are same as Magento. So you can set up your category tree, you can tag multiple products, you can drag and drop, and there are sections where you can list the product details, like the summary of the product, the short description. You can tag meta tags, all those things you can do in BigCommerce, the content management system in BigCommerce. And apart from that, certain things that are not in Magento is available in BigCommerce, so I'll talk about that. So the order management system in BigCommerce, it itself is like a separated module, unlike in Magento case, where you can set up your omni-channel or multiple platforms. So for example, like medium-sized companies, they might be selling or using FB shops like social commerce in Instagram, and they want to try and quickly link their existing FB shops or Insta shops to their platforms that they are using for e-commerce. So with BigCommerce, it happens very easily. Like you just need to punch in a few API keys or few authorizations you need to do, and then you can start running with it if you already have an FB shop or an Insta shop that you are already selling. So that leverage happens very easily, and within a matter of few days you can easily enable social logins, like the customers can easily log in using their social login, because BigCommerce comes with default apps, I can say, like third-party apps which you just need to download, and then you can just key in your social login settings, and then you can quickly enable that. So these kind of customizations which Magento does not have, it exists in BigCommerce. So that allows like medium-sized companies, where I was saying the established brands, they go with Magento because their business demands certain level of customizations specific to their brand. But with BigCommerce, mostly the medium-sized companies choose that because they don't opt for so much of customizations. They might have some customizations, but pretty much a standard website is what they will prefer with to enable their business up and running. So those kind of medium-sized businesses, they can go with BigCommerce. So that's about BigCommerce. And the third and the most widely used SaaS e-commerce platform would be Shopify, or now you can say Shopify Plus. So they offer Shopify and Shopify Plus. And Shopify is one of the most widely used SaaS-based e-commerce platform in the market, as per my experience. And the reason is it targets not only the top brands to use. It supports small, medium, and bigger size businesses. So it covers end to end. So majority of the brands prefer Shopify. And why Shopify? And what is the difference between Magento and BigCommerce when compared to Shopify, right? So I would say Shopify is more of BigCommerce in that way, but it has certain things that BigCommerce doesn't have, and that's why when it comes to BigCommerce or Shopify, majority of the brands try to pick Shopify or Shopify Plus. So all the capabilities that I have spoken in BigCommerce with respect to the CMS that still exist in Shopify. So or I can role play here, let's say if a brand, whether it's small size or medium or large scale business, they choose Shopify. The first thing they can do is there is a range of templates they can choose from, and they can select a theme for their website. And these themes comes with a monthly or annual subscription, so you can choose the theme. So once you choose the theme, what happens is the theme comes with a inbuilt homepage, product landing page, and a product detail page, and a checkout page. So you get all these installed ready inside the theme. So once you buy the theme, you have your basic layout of your website ready. It's you have the skeleton ready for your website, or you have the sketch file or the sketch format of your website ready, but you need to try and punch in all the details. You just need to fill in the missing details and build your website to make it complete. So then once you buy the template, then you upload your products, then you start categorizing it, start setting up your SEO components to it, and then you upload images, banners, you set up your static pages, you upload your contact us informations, you link your Facebook shops, Instagram shops, the links, everything, the hyperlinks, everything. Then your website is almost ready. And let's say I believe majority of the businesses, right, they use Microsoft tools like Microsoft Excel, where they have their master catalog, the product information, and everything ready. The good thing about Shopify is they have CSV templates or Excel templates where you can readily and easily import your products. So you just need to fill in the basic information and it uploads the product for you. And this allows the brand to easily import their products. If they have SKUs 1,000 or more than 1,000 or even 5,000, 10,000, Shopify allows to import them in a matter of a few hours or a maximum of a half a day. So you can do that in batches, and you have all your products set up. So you have your theme, you have your contents ready, you have your products ready, and you can also use their inventory templates to get your inventory ready. So once you're done, pretty much your website is ready. And the good thing about Shopify is, let's say when you start publishing your website and you start taking your orders, all the order information goes into a dedicated OMS or an order management module, where you can sort the orders based on customers, customer email, purchase behavior, so on and so forth. And you have a sophisticated dashboard in Shopify where you can see the trend of a particular customer, and if you are smart enough to configure certain parameters in Shopify order management system, you can even see from where the customer is placing the order. So it captures all those informations, and that helps you with your marketing, right? So those kind of things are available in Shopify. And one good thing Shopify has done is they have partnered with variety of third-party platform tools, and it's available in the Shopify marketplace. So once you have your Shopify account, you just need to download some of the integration tools that you want. For example, for marketing, you might need some EDMs that you need to send out. So Shopify has partnered with certain integration partners, and you will have like free apps. So you just need to download those apps for free, and then you can start using it. They might have some limitations, but for a start, that will always help you, and you can scale up from there. So that's something that BigCommerce doesn't offer and Shopify offers. That is something that Magento also doesn't have offer per se, and you have that flexibility in Shopify. And one more thing you can say is, the SSL certificates or the domains comes with low cost compared to BigCommerce when it comes to Shopify. So those are pretty much good things. And Shopify has a very sophisticated WMS, warehouse management system. So you can batch your orders, the warehouse team can come in, they can select 10-15 orders for that day and batch them together in one batch and print the shipping labels and start shipping out the product. So Shopify allows that as well. And yeah, of course, same like BigCommerce, Shopify also have multiple channel capabilities, so you can just quickly configure the Facebook shop, Instagram shops in the same way how I have explained it for BigCommerce. So that's pretty much about Shopify. There are still some in-depth information about Shopify as well, marketing, and they come with page reviews, gift options, gift with purchases, and reward systems, and so on and so forth, which all of these are because of Shopify partnering with certain integration partners. So you can play around with that, and you can scale up your business as you grow. So this is pretty much about Shopify, right? So I think I started with Magento and have completed until Shopify. So these are the three common SaaS-based platforms that I've seen in my experience, the different brands prefer. And either they go with Shopify or BigCommerce or Magento, any of these three, majority of this. So that's about my second topic that I've said. So now I move on to my third topic, which is the pros and cons, or the merits and demerits of using SaaS as e-commerce platform, right? So there are certain demerits to it, big businesses, established businesses, if they want to try and use SaaS e-commerce platforms, the big business processes is pretty complex because, like I said, they have global presence, so they have established physical stores where they follow certain operations for their inventory process or their merchandising processes, and they might have multiple vendors that they will be working with. So they need to try and leverage on their existing operational capabilities, their operational processes, and also their the multiple vendors. And if you want to try and do this overall complex arrangement with SaaS platform, it's going to be a bit difficult because SaaS platforms comes as an application which is pre-built for the business to be quickly enabled. So if you are going to integrate with each and every vendor system that you are engaging with, it's going to be a bit of complex arrangement for you, and you need to customize the SaaS platform according to the needs of that. So that's one demerit about it. And second, I can say certain SaaS platforms limit their customizations. So you can say when it comes to checkout, majority of the SaaS platforms limit customizations, especially because of performance. They want their system or they want their application to perform well, so they limit certain modifications or certain customizations that you want to make in the checkout or in certain parts of the website. So this limitations or this unable to leverage on the customization, certain brands might feel it as a pain because they are used to deliver to their customer in certain mode, so they want to have such or similar experience for their end customers, for like a brand engagement, or like a brand reputation, or like from a same customer experience they would try to give, and that cannot be possible because the customization is not possible with SaaS based e-commerce platforms. Like all customizations is not possible, so that is one demerit to it. And pretty much I think all the other demerits will fall under this, widely fall under this two sections. So these are the common demerits according to my experience working with the brands and the SaaS platforms. So now let's talk about the pros or the merits of SaaS platforms, right? So the demerits are less, like I said, it will be like categorized majority into these two demerits that I have explained. But the merits or the pros will be many. So I'll try to share some of the merits. The foremost or the immediate merit I can think of is SaaS platforms or PCI compliant. So it's very secure. So in e-commerce, one of the pain point is like how do you store your customers' data? How do you secure your customers' data? So that is something that you need to worry about, and that could easily spoil your brand reputation in a matter of seconds when your system is hacked. So these SaaS e-commerce platforms, they readily check the PCI compliance for you. So that biggest pain point is solved there. So that's a very good merit. And second, you need not worry about the scalability factor per se. For example, if you are trying to scale your system as your customer base grows, or as your product base grows, or as you move to different channels, multi-channel capabilities, or you want to leverage on your B2B experience also. The SaaS platforms allows it, so you can integrate as many multiple channels that you want. So the SaaS platforms readily have it. So scalability is not a blocker or not a challenge when it comes to SaaS platforms. So that's one of the biggest merit about it. Third, I can say most of the out-of-the-box solutions are already factored in by this majority of the SaaS platforms that I have explained. So they are integrated to majority of the the leading plugins or leading e-commerce integrators in the market. So let's say if you are using like Mandrill or SendGrid or any of the marketing tools, majority of them are available and readily integrated. So they have plugins available in SaaS platform. So you just need to download, install them, and that might be some monthly subscription that you need to pay to use these plugins, and you can start using that. So that's one of the merit of it. Third, you can opt for variety of payment channels when you use SaaS e-commerce model. The reason is how these e-commerce platforms play is like they have a partnership, or they have plugins that can easily allow you to use common or leading payment providers in each region. So in Southeast Asia market, we have payment options like PayPal, Stripe, CyberSource, and Adyen. And in Malaysia, you can say iPay. So all these payment methods or payment channels or payment providers that I mentioned, right? These could be easily managed with any of the three e-commerce platforms that SaaS-based e-commerce platform that I shared, like Magento, whether it be Magento or whether it be BigCommerce or whether it be like Shopify. All these payment channels can be easily enabled. So if you have your existing merchant account in these payment providers, then you can quickly set that up and you can start your business without having to go through the hassle of filling up more forms, more formalities, legal procedures. You can easily do that. So that's one good advantage of it. And the very big advantage is cost. So if you are able to assess your business and if you are able to choose the right platform, then your investment in this platform is limited. For example, let's say if you choose Shopify or if you choose BigCommerce, there will be monthly subscription. So okay, I'm purchasing a theme and I'm going to pay X amount of dollars, and I need these plugins for me to run my business. So that's X amount of dollars. So this becomes your fixed cost for your month, and you are able to plan for your financial budgets across the quarters or across the financial year, and you can plan and move on accordingly. So that's a biggest merit that I can think of. So I think pretty much I believe I've covered all the three topics that I was sharing in the beginning. So that's about it, and I hope the information I have shared in this session, in this pre-recorded session, helps you all. And with this, you have some takeaways from the forum, and also you can try and apply to your business, or if there are some clarifications needed, we can take it over the Q&A session later. So yes, thanks everybody for patiently listening to what I have to say and allowing me to share my experience. And I will take this opportunity to thank Digital for Europe, the Digital for Foundation, to express and participate and share my experience in their e-commerce and digital marketing week. So thanks everybody. Have a good day. Thank you.
Hello friends. So now we see that e-commerce grows in almost all areas and categories of goods, especially in the area of marketplaces, which is I closely deal with. We created the biggest online distributor in Ukraine 4 years ago, which is also the biggest B2B marketplace in Ukraine. That was the innovation model of marketplace business, like combines several business models of marketplaces. That is actually what we understood later on, but we did this, and that was like the ground base, and this product allowed us to decide to create new product, and we created this product, which is the platform for quick building and enterprise marketplaces, and for launching its back office quickly. It is also exists in software as a service solution. And already for 4 years, we have been creating large marketplaces for large businesses.
Usually it takes us from 3 to 6 months to launch the marketplace. Like we did this for Leroy Merlin, for example. So, I strongly believe that current time is an opportunity, especially for those who understand that the commercial market is changing and customer habits and their consumption patterns are changing as well. And this not only affects the end user and buyer, but also like life rapidly changing for businesses right now, and also the ways of doing business by suppliers and merchants are changing. So, the marketplace allows you to test new, agile way of doing e-commerce business. And that is actually a weapon in your hands comparing to a traditional e-commerce business models. Because it allows you to do this several ways, several things. And we actually did a small research with our current customers, which are already using the marketplace business model for themselves. And we actually find it several reasons why they actually started the marketplace. And they explain, by using these reasons, their decision several years ago. The first one is using new method of checking new products categories, like testing the categories and goods, and like user patterns of buying these goods. What's extremely the first reason for launching the marketplace, and also the fast procedures of testing new products is also the reason. Also, you know that good content is a king nowadays. So the marketplaces usually allow to have millions of SKUs working in the same place. And the system should allow this, and the business model should also allow to operate with this. And the marketplace business model also allow you to onboard new merchants in a significantly faster way than in regular business. The next reason is like quickly onboarding small suppliers, which are usually not under the radar, and not only on board, but also efficiently operate with them and control them in a single cabinet, in a single place, with the aim to deal with the unlimited amount of merchants. And the marketplace business model also allow you to pass your passive part of operational work to a supplier, like logistics or communicational, etc. And to deal only with the stuff that actually marketplace should focus. And for my opinion, it should focus on three things, like marketing, traffic, and conversion only. This is the area where the marketplace should be master in. And we also think that the marketplace should use the platform business model, like Uber, to be the first in the market. All these are the reasons for our customers for launching the marketplace business model. I think also like the second part, which was investigated for us, usually the companies that become marketplaces started to become the software company, like software and IT company. This actually means for us that the speed for testing new business models for them, and the speed of this become like significantly. So what we actually offer? We offer quick starting marketplace, which is a tool for your e-commerce back office using the marketplace model. And this we offer software solution that helps you to launch the entire marketplace office in a short time, or help you to rebuild your online store to a more adaptive work model. Our system consists of several modules. Three of them are actually basic, and basic not only for marketplace but also for each e-commerce business, like product information management system, which called PIM, and merchant administration system. This is, I think, this is one of the main system in marketplace. It's a system of onboarding and controlling the merchants or suppliers. Order management system, billing, report and analytics, and the red one is marketplace management system, which like the main controlling module and this landscape. And this landscape is like the heart of marketplace, and I think each marketplace should use one of them. Some of these circles usually exist in the market, but what we did, we combined all together using one single product. So let's go through the system. The first module is marketplace management. This is the module that controls the entire marketplace in one place, and it allows to administer it and configure and to control all the stuff which is going actually on this platform and on the business itself. What actually we do here, and we decided to create the solution that localized in for your business and for your region in one step, which helps to create the accounts for all the users, for all your operational team using their roles, and to create the system for like operate for the management, to see in one place like charts and diagrams which allow you to report and to see what actually is going on the platform. I'll not focus too much on this stuff because it's like management stuff. The main model which actually become to change what actually happens in regular e-commerce business and marketplace, it's a merchant portal. What are the problems in the market? It's long merchant onboarding. Usually it takes from 10 to 20 days for a regular marketplace, or regular business to onboard merchant. But we actually know that it's too much, because usually the lifetime of goods, some of the categories of goods, the lifetime is less, and that not allowed to test and to use new categories and new goods. And this is too much. Also, lack of centralized communication between the marketplace and merchant, or the communication like done in several ways and several channels. Usually it significantly increased the amount of work needed to be done. And also, like the commission should be different from sales volume, or from the category, or from the brand, or from merchant to merchant. Usually the system not allow this, and but the main problem in the market is controlling the SLAs. You know that usually merchants much more, I think, applicable to the small ones. Usually they are bad in processing the orders, and they're bad in communicating to the customers, and actually need to be done and fixed by controlling the SLAs. So this system allow you to control this SLA, and all this is covered by our merchant portal. This module allows you also to manage all the processes associated with merchant in one single place, which speed up work and quality by an order of magnitude. So, next module we have is PIM. You should know this system because the product information management system is like the area already known in the market, but for marketplace it's one of the main modules as well. Because you know there are several issues in the market, like establishing of one SKU usually takes up to an hour for content manager to put it in the system or to start prepare it for selling on your store. 1,000 of SKUs, some kind of 700 of hours. It's average on the market. And you should know that 1 million of SKUs, it's around 80 years for one person. We should know that good marketplace starts from 1 million of SKUs. So we should need a huge operational team to become a small marketplace. Also, each vendor has its own price or data formats, which is also a problem in the market because we need to integrate their systems to our marketplace to change the price or change the availability of good in time. This is also the issue of the market. Because you know, like customer, you call into the marketplace and it appears that there are no such good or it's no longer available. This is really a problem. And also the issue is loading goods into different channels. It's usually a big difficulty. For example, for or any amount of several channels like web store, mobile store, and for your marketing team or online channels for working with client, usually it's different data channels which use one good information of SKU. You need to manage this. So one single place of managing a huge amount of SKUs called PIM, and usually it's all these issues are addressed in our PIM system. And product content management we tested this system for several years working with enterprise systems, which allows us to say that our PIM system will cover the major abilities and issues with product management. And we make all production processes of creating goods and management goods data transparent and easy to manage. So the next module is order management system. And you know that there are several issues also in the market, like when you often work with buying goods, prices and availability of the goods usually out of date, or difficultly work with multi-port of batch orders, or probably when the store doesn't have integration with logistics system and the customer cannot track his order efficiently, and probably in emergent cases the communication between marketplace and suppliers could be also difficult and the reaction delayed, which is also like the problem for the marketplace, because it decrease the amount of buyers activity happened on the platform. So this is the OMS. And this model provides work with orders in a single place and fully control of orders from creation to clothing. And we also have some other modules like billing and some other stuff which is also needed in each e-commerce landscape, but not only in the marketplace landscape. But all these modules allow us to create the single system, and it allows us to create the landscape for building each marketplace enterprise solution. And we created the product, which is actually allow medial business as well to touch the marketplace and to run it fast and smoothly in several days, because we believe that the marketplace is not only the business for big and for enterprises. We believe that marketplace is the business model for the first point, and this business model needed to be tested by all the businesses, because it's agile way. It's the way of rapidly change according to the market. It allows the business to have customer competitive advantage, to have a good proposition for the customer, to have a good service to the customer, and to use their brand. So for all the companies that want to use and convert their brand to a store, it's applicable. And we also, finally, what I wanted to say, that in the modern world, the marketplace is a step in the evolution of online business. And each participant in online trading, sooner or later, will come to a marketplace model and adopt his business model to it. And we help to build the optimal business model and business procedures with the help of our IT solution, which allows you to launch a marketplace in the shortest possible time. And so, if you have any questions, please contact me. And thank you for your time.
Hello guys, my name is Peter Jaksov and I'm managing partner at the full-service digital marketing agency called Tendric. Most of our clients are e-commerce businesses and we're helping them to increase their sales and to make the most out of their online businesses. In this presentation I'm going to give you tips about Facebook ads and what you can do in order to use them for all your online shops. I'm sharing with you few results with few of our clients, and the things that I'm going to share with you today, some of them they might be a bit more complicated, so please, if you have any questions, write me afterwards. I'll try to explain to you. Because we don't have a lot of time, I'm just going to jump to it. So one of the tips that I'm going to give to you, it's ads with product catalog. They're really common at the moment for online shops, and they're giving huge results. This small example of how they look like, you have seen them a lot, I'm sure, out of it. But in order these ads to work, they have to you have to have dynamic product feed. That would mean that it is uploading constantly, and it is feeding the newest products, and it's changing constantly. You have to, of course, connect it to your Facebook pixel, and this Facebook pixel needs to have events in order this thing to look, because it is very important to use it, especially when you're having dynamic ads from website visitors, people that they have visited specific products or made add to cart, and this way these ads are extremely helpful, because they're showing to your potential customers the exact products that they have seen, and the results are really good. But you can also use product catalogs for new audiences, and even if you make a broad new audience for people that haven't visited website, also the results that you can get from it, it's really good, because Facebook knows what types of products the Facebook users they're looking for, and it might show your ad to the specific users that they're looking for products that you're offering. Also, I would really suggest to use different product sets, because even if you have, let's say, niche online shop, for example, you are selling only women's shoes, you can still make few sets. But let's say that you are selling men's shoes, women's shoes, kids shoes, then it's really important to make different sets for each type of the categories that you have in your online shop, because each audience is pretty different. Also, of course, turn off the products that you don't have them on stock anymore, but you can also manage it in your feed. So when a product is out of stock, it's not going to appear in Facebook ad. And of course, it's good to make a branded ad template that is going to look good with your products, and the same way is going to promote your brand. Lookalike audiences, it's another tip that I'm going to give to you. It's really important to use them, because this way you're asking Facebook to find you people that they look like your core audience, or the people that are your clients. And for this reason, in order this thing to work, because it's not enough just like to have lookalike audience, because this lookalike audience, you have to have a really good source. So you have to find this source, and it has to be very specific. Let's say it might be a good source to be people that they have purchased from your online shop. It might not be that good source of only people that they have visited your website, because they're not your clients. So think about it. You have to have a good source in order to use this source to create lookalike audience. Also, I would suggest this source to be to be value-based audience. This way, let's say people that they have purchased product, it's okay, but like some people they might have spent, let's say, 10 euro, but others they might have spent 100 euro. This way, we're showing Facebook, or Facebook is distinguishing the customers that are purchasing more, and this way it's the algorithm is trying to find similar customers based on the value of their purchases. Also, it is really important to have a good sample size, because if you have, let's say, 20 or 30 people who did a specific action, this might not be enough to have a good sample size. Good sample size, it would be something which, from my experience, has to be at least 500, even I would say 1,000 people or events that they were made, and it can go up to 10,000 people or events, because if it is more than that, this sample size, it might be a bit polluted. So I would go for a sample size that is that has enough data in it. Otherwise, if it's too small, it might not be enough in order to create a good sample, and after that to use this sample for a lookalike audience. Also, recently, over the last year, I would say Facebook is performing really good, especially if we have a bigger percentages lookalike audiences. And because this way the algorithm is trying to find the people that are more willing to purchase the products that we want. And I would suggest, if we try and test different types of lookalike audiences, because we cannot be sure which exact lookalike audience is going to be a winner, we should choose similar sizes audiences. Because let's say if one of our lookalike audiences is 40,000 people, and the other one is like 500,000, well, the bigger one is going to get most of the budget, so we might not have a really good test, and this way we might not see which audience actually is better. Also, the optimization of campaigns is really crucial for e-commerce, and we have to perform it really often and really good. I would suggest to use campaign budget optimization. It is performing currently, from our experience, of course, really good, and most of the cases we try to compare it with the typical budget ad optimization. Campaign budget optimization is doing really well. Also, in case when you have different audiences, campaign budget optimization, we don't have to optimize it that often, because the algorithm is towarding the traffic towards the better performing ads. Also, I would suggest to optimize daily, or at least to check the ads daily. And if we don't have these options, at least to put some automatic rules if we cannot do it every day. I would suggest to optimize in the morning, because when we change something, it will have time to be the change to have effect during the day. Because if, let's say, if a campaign is not performing really good, and we optimize it or we change it, there would be no point if the budget is already gone. And also, we should, if we have a fixed budget, let's say, it's good to allocate it accordingly. I would say like small changes, not to reset the data that it was already collected. So we can change it, let's say, 20% more or 20% less, and this way you can allocate the budget according to the campaigns that we have at the moment. And also it is good to test at least two audiences or at least two ad creatives. Like it can be different designs, it can be different text, but it's always good to test and to see which one is performing better. And of course it's good to put some automated rules in case if the things they don't go really good, especially if you have a significant budget. And for for a bonus, I would really advise you to try instant experience ads for e-commerce, because they're also giving really good results from our experience. So try them. Here it is just example how usually it will looks like, but you can use it as well. That was me. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that this information it was useful for you, and you can test it. You can try it, and I'll be more than happy if it helps you grow your e-commerce business. If you have any questions or you need help, please write me. Those are my contact details, so I'll be happy to help you. Thank you very much.